there might actually be a music festival this year. There might actually be one.
Might.
That's a heavy might.
Are you guys willing to travel?
Don't hold your breath.
Not really for the bands that I want to see that are not going to be in a festival. I'll tell you that.
Right. Well, in Alabama, in Birmingham, September 24th through the 26th at Sloss Furnaces, which is like the creepiest place if you've ever looked it up before. There is a music festival happening this year. That is September 24th to the 26th of this year, 2021. There is Furnace Fest.
So you can get COVID and skip the line right to the cremation center.
With headliners Under Oath, Taking Back Sunday, and Kill Switch Engage. And the actual lineup is stacked. A lot of good bands playing at this festival. But don't forget, if you didn't know, there's a bit of a pandemic going on, and that kind of sidelined a lot of public events, public gatherings, especially festivals. So it's a bit surprising to see that a music festival was announced for this year. That
fake news.
Yeah, I'll ask this of you guys in a second, but a lot of festivals that were postponed from last year that were supposed to happen this year have been systematically either getting canceled or postponed again. And like the WAAF big gig, which was supposed to happen last year, and then it was supposed to happen this year, and it just got postponed to next year.
Because it was April. So they're like, all right, well, maybe everything will be fixed by a year.
Wishful thinking. Well, it's now happening next year, so now 2 years removed from the station that no longer exists. But
now brought to you by the Pike.
Yeah, can you imagine if they just rebranded the entire thing and then Cumulus takes over and now it becomes...
I mean, at this point, they're going to have to.
Yeah. And I think Godsmack...
And increase their wattage from 5,000 watts.
Godsmack, I think, is the only band right now on the bill for that. I think all the other bands dropped out.
Yeah, because they can't commit. They're like, I can't say yes to this right now. And so the earner's like, I'm up in New Hampshire. I'm fine. Whatever. Dude, give me a day.
Yeah. Well, a lot of festivals, at least in the US, a lot of tours and festivals all being postponed until 2022. I noticed out in the UK, even though everything's locked down out there, they're still being optimistic that things are going to happen later this year. But this is I think while everything's being canceled and postponed, this is the first festival that is actually being announced, is actually being kicked off. I will be surprised if this happens. I'll be very surprised if this happens. And at the same time, I'm a little desperate for live music.
Oh, God. Are you going to go see Smash Mouth?
See, that's the thing about this pandemic, is that you don't hear stories about Smash Mouth. You don't hear stories about Puddle of Mud. You heard stories about Trapped, but that's because their frontman is a psychopath, a QAnon psychopath. And I guess to a lesser extent, the Ataris. You don't hear any live show horror stories about them anymore because of the pandemic. No, I'm so desperate for live music, I would actually travel to a furnace, a decommissioned furnace in Alabama to see Taking Back Sunday for a millionth time.
I mean, not for nothing. Literally, it's just the fact that it's in Alabama, regardless of the location. It's just, hey, come to Alabama. Hard pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
It's going to be a no from me.
That's a no for you, Nate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think...
Because every plane that I seem to get on just explodes.
What are you, Final Destination
fear
right now?
Yeah, I have a fear of flying, but also I don't think it would be worth it, to be honest. Like, why there? Why couldn't it be closer?
Well, isn't
car ride?
Because Alabama literally doesn't give a shit, and they're like, sure, I don't care if you guys have a fucking blood orgy in here. We don't care about COVID. Have it in September.
Yeah, isn't Alabama one of the few states so far that has just decided at this point, coronavirus doesn't exist?
Kind of. I mean, they never really thought it existed anyway, because, you know, I mean, let's be honest, that part of the country doesn't exactly have what's called education as a top priority. So
Right.
they're like, God will figure it out. Just like the snow. God put it there. God will take it away.
Oh, Bill Gates put it there.
That's true. That is very true. With his 5G. I have not gotten my 5G hotspot. Thank you very much, Bill Gates.
Still waiting.
I like looking. I like looking through comments online. One of the music sites that I go to, where someone asked, one of the top comments on it was someone asking, what's even in Alabama? What does Alabama have? And the top reply was a history of civil injustice.
Good answer.
So I'm just that desperate, man. I'm that desperate. I mean, like I said, Taking Back Sunday. I mean, there you go. But there's a lot of other good bands on there that I would like to see. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if this actually happens. I'm banking that they announce this and then maybe like, I don't think it's, I'm not going to say like a week from now they're going to postpone it, but I think closer, maybe in like June. And once we actually get into the summer proper, they're going to really gauge the environment, gauge the atmosphere, see how it is, because the anticipation is by like late April, by May, most people will be vaccinated, that will get close to herd immunity, so we can actually start having gatherings again. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, I'm hoping by then that will be when I can walk in, just waltz into the pharmacy and just get the Fauci jab. But
Fauci jab, the Fauci jab.
I thought you were going to go for longer. Sorry.
No, so I didn't have anything else after that.
It's just a, you know, it's an avant-garde
It's a jingle,
song.
okay? It's not a song. It's a jingle.
True.
and Godspeed to the jingle writers out there. Wasn't that what Charlie Sheen was on 2.5 Men? He was like a commercial jingle writer, and he was like a billionaire because of it.
Hey, some people can be.
Like, think of the person who wrote the Cars for Kids jingle. They got to be swimming in dough.
If not death threats.
Death threats.
True.
Swimming in dough and probably swimming in that poon too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because people are lining up the door to give him some ranted ass poontang from that song.
Yeah, you know, baby. I don't want to brag, but you know that Cars for Kids song? Yeah.
And that was the note I wrote down for the rundown too. Jingle writers, get the poon.
Nice.
Actually, that was a Fred Toucher quote, if I remember correctly. Those who croon get the poon. Well, anyway. Yeah, I'll be surprised if this happens. I'll be less surprised if this Furnace Fest 2021 gets either canceled or postponed again, because it was supposed to happen last year. I guess it was a revival of a festival that hadn't happened in upwards of 2 decades. So we'll see, but Godspeed to them for taking a chance and actually announcing something when everything else is still getting canceled, still getting postponed. Really gambling on.
Question?
They're really gambling on the everything reopening and going back to normal. Yes, you with the hair.
Yeah. This one's for Mike.
Yes.
I was just curious. What band would you travel for?
I mean, 9 Inch Nails, solo. If I definitely had like fucking tickets, like last time the tickets were fucking bitch to get.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
But let's see, 9 Inch Nails, I would be willing to travel for. Obviously, you know, the I'm Still Alive Led Zeppelin tour. Maybe Rage Against the Machine. I mean, I feel like it would have been better like in about 2019, 2018, you know,
Okay.
Yeah.
as opposed to 2021, where I feel like I don't want to be as mad anymore.
Yeah, you've had your fair share.
I've had my 4 years of anger.
Yeah.
Let's not get it any further down. So I don't know.
Touché.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, we at Boston Calling had it happen last year, and were it to happen this year, I believe Rage was going to play.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
they were on the bill. Also on the bill, a band I would actually travel to see at this point, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
I would love to see
the Machine and also Rage Against the Machine.
Also Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. What the band that fucking sings about California all the time?
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, there we go. Also starts with an R.
Got it in before me.
the fact that you like have the band that sings about California. Oh, we know that one.
Why am I stupid? How could I forget? Yeah, but Frusciante's back in the band. I mean, that's why I want to see them. It's
I kind of
that's
figured.
true.
it's the golden lineup. I feel bad because they only had like they played like one sporadic show last year with John, and it was I think in like February of 2020, so it was right before everything went to shit. So I would have loved to see that. And I think they were one of the headliners at Boston Calling. So, yeah, I travel to see that. The Furnace Fest here is mostly like hardcore, post-hardcore emo bands. So you will not see the California 4 playing. You're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see Rage play a show like this. Not Furnace Fest anyway. I don't think Furnace Fest is it's like the same. I think the people who would show up for Furnace Fest wouldn't mind seeing Rage Against the Machine. It's just Rage Against the Machine's looking at this and saying, "Yeah, this is too paltry for us. We need."
Yeah, they're like, we need a bigger audience.
Like selling out 5 nights at Madison Square Garden like they were supposed to.
I believe it.
Yep,
like that.
Yep. So, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm surprised Cheap Trick isn't on the bill for this because like. Cheap Trick shows up on the bill for like every music festival, regardless of who's playing, and it doesn't matter the age group, like the demographic of the festival. You'll have like post-hardcore bands, you'll have like Taking Back Sunday and Under Oath, but then you'll see Cheap Trick on the bill, and everyone who's at this show, at this festival, will know who Cheap Trick is, and they'll know every song that Cheap Trick was playing, and we all know like they're all in their 90s now, so they're all up there in age.
They're the Nicolas Cage of bands, pretty much. They'll take anything. They'll do it all.
Yes. I like that. I like that analogy. I like
bees.
Not the bees.